Imagine waking up anywhere you want. No rent, no landlord, no limits. What if your entire home could move with you, cost less than a used car, and still give you everything you need to live comfortably? Sounds crazy, right? But that's exactly what Kevin Cyr's $5,000 tiny home on wheels is doing, and people around the world are starting to pay attention. This isn't just a tricycle. At first glance, you might think it's some kind of oversized bike with a box attached, but look closer, and you realize it's a fully functional micro-home. Built on a 3-wheel platform, this camper tricycle combines mobility, affordability, and creativity in a way that completely challenges how we think about housing. The design is surprisingly compact, yet incredibly smart. The structure sits on a sturdy trike base, designed to carry both the rider and the living space. The rear section is where the magic happens. It's not just storage, it's a tiny living unit. The exterior is usually made from lightweight materials like plywood and metal framing, keeping the total weight low enough for the tricycle to handle, while still being durable enough for real-world use. Now here's where things get interesting. Step inside, or rather, open it up, and you'll see a surprisingly well-thought-out interior. There's space to sit, sleep, and even store essentials. The seating area can transform into a bed, giving you a place to rest after a long day on the road. Storage compartments are built into almost every corner, maximizing every inch of space. This isn't luxury living, but it's efficient, practical, and designed for survival and freedom. One of the most impressive aspects is how this tiny home embraces off-grid living. Many versions of this camper trike include small solar panels mounted on the roof. These panels can power basic electronics like lights, a phone charger, or even a small fan. That means you're not dependent on electricity from a grid, you generate your own power wherever you go. And let's talk about cost, because this is where it really shocks people. Traditional homes. Expensive. Apartments. Monthly rent draining your income. Even vans converted into homes can cost tens of thousands of dollars. But this, around $5,000. That's it. For the price of a budget motorcycle, you could own your own mobile home. No mortgage, no rent, just freedom. Of course, you might be wondering, how practical is it really? Can you actually live in something like this? The answer depends on your lifestyle. For minimalists, travelers, or people looking to escape high living costs, it's a game changer. It's not about having a huge kitchen or multiple rooms. It's about having what you truly need, and nothing more. Mobility is one of its biggest advantages. Unlike vans or RVs, this tricycle can go places larger vehicles can't. Narrow streets, bike paths, crowded areas, you have access to spaces that are normally off limits to traditional campers. Plus, it's much easier to maintain. No complex engine systems, no high fuel costs. In some cases, it's even electric assisted, making it more eco-friendly and easier to ride over long distances. And yes, it turns heads everywhere. Imagine riding through a city or a small town with your entire home attached behind you. People stop, stare, take photos. It's not just a vehicle, it's a statement. A statement that says you don't need a massive house or a huge budget to live life on your own terms. But let's be real, it's not perfect. Space is extremely limited. You won't have a bathroom inside, and cooking options are basic at best. Weather can also be a challenge. While the structure offers protection, it's not the same as a fully insulated home. Living in extreme heat or cold would require additional planning. Still, for many people, these trade-offs are worth it. Why? Because what you gain is something money usually can't buy: freedom. The ability to move whenever you want. The ability to reduce your expenses to almost nothing. The ability to live a life that's not controlled by rent payments or utility bills. This kind of innovation is part of a growing trend. Around the world, more and more people are turning to tiny homes, van life, and alternative housing solutions. Rising costs of living are pushing people to think differently, and creations like this camper tricycle are leading the way. They show that housing doesn't have to be traditional to be effective. Another powerful aspect of this design is its accessibility. You don't need to be rich to afford it. You don't need a huge loan. In fact, many people could build something similar themselves with basic tools and materials. That DIY potential is what makes it even more exciting. It's not just a product, it's an idea that anyone can adapt and improve. Imagine customizing your own version. Adding better solar panels, upgrading the interior, improving storage, maybe even integrating smart tech. The possibilities are endless. And because the base cost is so low, you still end up spending far less than a conventional home. There's also an environmental angle here. Small